In fact, let me shock you by telling you today that a day is going to come, and very soon, a lot of Christians will look for their pastors to tell you that, hey, you deceived me. You gave me a false hope. You made me feel I am a Christian when I'm nowhere near what Christianity is all about. This shock is going to happen. If the early church had operated in the spirit that today Christians are operating in, the church of God would have died a long time. Nobody would have come to meet the church today. But because of that kind of spirit that the early disciples were born with, that if Jesus died for us, then we will also die for him. If he laid down his life for us, we are ready to go any mile for him. It is today that we ministers have produced a crop of Christians who are not ready for any sacrifice. But at the heart of true Christianity, this is the formula. And so a lot of Christians, we have never come near what is called Christianity. In fact, let me shock you by telling you today that a day is going to come, and very soon, a lot of Christians will wake up and say, our pastors have deceived us. I thought I am a Christian, but I am not a Christian. This shock is going to happen. One of these is going to happen. Today, you even talk about self-denial that a Christian, after you say you have repented and you are following the character of Jesus Christ, modesty is one of the key sacrifices you have to make for God. There are preachers who are out there, they say modesty is not something to be worried about. And they claim you are presenting Christ. This is what is happening to our generation. We are raising Christians who so much love themselves, will do everything the world will do, compete with anything they see, because they are full of the lustful systems of this world, and they call themselves Christians. They have not even been called to die. You have not yet even been called to die. You have been called to be a soldier, and you are competing with the world like a civilian. Do you think you are going to heaven? Will you be called a soldier? Modern Christianity is full of filth and death and evil. And while ministers stand on top of the altar and we are talking about grace, 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 and the grace of God, the whole congregation around us are full of disgrace and abomination. Evidences and pieces of disgrace and reproach have surrounded us, and we stand in their midst talking about grace. We don't even understand. They talk about grace, they don't even understand. This is where we are. The reason why evil is growing and exploding without any. Look at the number of churches. Look at the globe. But wickedness is on the ascendancy, as if the world have never met God before, heard the gospel before. As if the world, we have better and more preachers in the past than today. But do the comparison. Today we have preachers in our world like the world has never seen before. Preachers, Bibles, all the opportunities. The sin is exploding. Why? Because the gospel have been redefined to mean another thing. The gospel is no longer the gospel of the cross. The reason why sin is all over and people walk boldly to the house of God with all the abomination is because, I emphasize, the gospel have been given a new definition, which is not of God. Adanisika. Adani breakthroughs, connections. It's your view or Bora was suffering. Now Casafa send your name, Quajiani Diakikahua, Ompe, Otiho. Tell me all this kind of sugar coaters. Let me tell you something. A lot of Christians will look for their pastors to tell you that, hey, you deceived me. You gave me a false hope. You made me feel I am a Christian when I'm nowhere near what Christianity is all about. May God help us. Pray for me that I shouldn't change. Pray for me that God will help me. If you really want to make heaven, your destiny is in the hand of your pastor. I'm telling you. The heart of true Christianity is the cross. If you say you are converted and your conversion has nothing to do with encounter with the cross, you are not yet a Christian. Many people think they are Christians because I will take my time and spell it out at another time. Then you will see the mirror very clear. Brother, sister, something is very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. There are people who think they are Christians and they have joined the church and they believe they are converted and they are happy with the people, but they are not really converted. Because the reason why he joins the church, some people have joined Christianity or have become Christians because of the name of the church. Then the church has a big name, they have the fame, and they have the money, and so that is the right place to go. And he also joins and he feels now he's a Christian because he has joined the Christian family, but this person is not converted. Now, some others also have joined the church of God. Why? Because, I like the administrative structure of the church and I'm very okay with it, and that is why I joined the church. Some will join the church because maybe for whatever reason you die, they'll bury you, these people have love, these people can do, but that shouldn't make you a Christian. Listen and listen good. If you don't want to be disappointed one day and that you may not see the face of the Lord, even right here in Crown City, is that ask yourself again, why are you here? Are you here and are you a Christian, or you are saying you're a Christian because you saw the cross? And listen, you saw the shameful sacrifice, you saw the pain that Jesus went through. You have received a revelation. That is why Christianity is not what somebody will talk you into. Christianity is not something you just believe about a church. Christianity is far different from what you have read and believe about Jesus and about the Bible. Christianity, listen here, is an encounter with the cross. Encounter with the cross. And when that encounter happens to you, something supernatural, I say something, I'm not missing words, supernatural happens in your spirit. And what is that? You will develop a kind of love and adoration that is not normal for Jesus Christ. And the center of all your motivations, the center of everything you do, the drive within you, is that you are doing everything because at the center of it all is the cross that you have seen, what Jesus has done for you. That is why you are doing what you are doing. Not because you want to encourage pastor, not because you want to please the church, not because you want to make yourself feel fine. If you are preaching the gospel, it mustn't be because of anything. If I am telling you the truth, it mustn't be because I want to please you. It must be because of my love for Jesus Christ, because of my understanding that this man suffered too much, because of my understanding this sacrifice is so great, this sacrifice is so infinite, that it will be criminal and it will be unthinkably an abominable thing before God for human beings to step on the sacrifice and do something not because of the sacrifice but because of myself, because of yourself. It will be an insult to heaven to do anything even for God that you don't have the cross and the pain and the shame and the sacrifice of Jesus Christ at the center of it. It will be a criminal thing for you to do.